global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happenings today. Hours ago, Ohaneze Ndigbo group via the Igbo had told the Northerners General, in fact, it was direct to Atiku Abubakar when he won as the APC flag bearer for presidency for 2023. They told him that they told Atiku that they will not vote for him. In fact, his campaign is dead on arrival. Of course, hours after that outburst, another group from the northern region had warned southeastern politicians who are campaigning or looking towards getting votes from the north that they shouldn't step their feet in the northern region for any reason. In fact, else they give strong warning to that. For more details on what they said and what they intend to do to any politicians, especially the likes of Peter Obi, who's actually campaigning for presidency 2023, you get that in our feed, our playlist. But right now, Ohaneze and Ndigbo have decided to open up, clear the air, and need I say, do the needful. Well, before we go into the newspaper, like and subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Beside it, you will see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Let's go straight into the news. Where the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohaneze Ndigbo, has denied threatening to work against the People's Democratic Party (PDP) and its presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the 2023 presidential elections. The group was reacting to a press release reportedly made by an unnamed person on behalf of Ohaneze Ndigbo, which claimed the Igbos would rise against Mr. Abubakar and reject PDP in Southeast. The statement was said to have been made after Mr. Abubakar defeated other aspirants, including some from the southeast, at the PDP primary on Saturday. But in a statement by its spokesperson, Chiedozie Ogbonnaya, Ohaneze Ndigbo disowned the statement, describing those behind it as mischief makers, impostors, charlatans, and unscrupulous social climbers. Ohaneze Ndigbo regretted that those who issued the fake press release have been leeching on their footprint to deceive the unsuspecting members of the public, noting that their activities have been banned to Igbo cohesion. For the avoidance of doubt, Ohaneze Ndigbo, the Apex Igbo Socio-Cultural Body, led by Ambassador Professor George Obiozo, has not issued any press statement on the candidacy of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, Mr. Ogbonnaya said. Ohaneze awaits with keen interest the full outcome of the ongoing primaries by all the political parties before it can issue a press release with respect to Igbo position on the 2023 general election. He added, the Ohaneze spokesperson asked the public to please disregard any statement which did not come from the group secretary general, that's Okay Muchia. There have been calls from Southeast leaders that the region should be allowed in 2023 to produce a president for the first time. Ohaneze Ndigbo has been at the forefront of the agitation for Nigerian president of Southeast extraction, the inability of the aspirant from the Southeast to emerge presidential candidate of the PDP appeared to have infuriated some Southeast residents. Alright, but this is for a clearer view. A whole lot of people may not know this, but I'll just quickly clear this air. Ohaneze Ndigbo cultural group actually have a social cultural group actually have two fractions, and they've been at it for a while now with the hope that court hearing would actually settle the matter, but it hasn't. Once one gives a press release, it calls on the full name of Ohaneze Ndigbo, while the other also takes credit or sometimes the other debunks. So when you keep hearing things like them refuting or them retracing or them denying what they have said, it may not be that they totally denied it or they are denying it. It's a case of one fraction releasing a statement that is not favorable or that the other fraction is not comfortable with. The other fraction debunks it. So to speak, to to a great extent, I guess that's what happened here, and that's why the Northern group also reacted. Say, look, you are not the only one that have monopoly of this press release. We can speak this press release very well. If you say you're not going to give our candidate Atiku Abubakar, our brother, his vote, or you won't canvass for him, and you're already telling him he's not going to win the presidency, then if I see your leg or the leg of any of your brothers in my region, whatever you see, you fake. I think it's a case of reacting to what they have heard. But now Obiozo, the George Obiozo is the fraction that is, some persons will say it's the politician fraction, where the easy Guzoro fraction is the people's fraction in the sense that he has always been in line talking about issue of Mazen Kanu. That's easy Guzoro fraction, while Obioso is actually more diplomatic in his approach, knowing fully well that he has a stake and a stand with the Nigerian government. So you see, it's a serious situation in our hands. Of course, Nigerians have reacted to this. Let us feel the pulse of Nigerians over this very quickly. This one here is saying, we will never vote for Atiku South and Southeast. If Atiku gets up to 100k vote in this region, he should thank his stars. Oh, well, I guess this one is actually standing with the other Ohaneze Ndigbo group. Another person here saying, nice one from Ohaneze. It's good to set the record straight, but we know our position, sha. It's fair. Another person here saying, it's getting interesting. I commend Ohaneze Ndigbo for this. Another person here is saying, Ohaneze Ndigbo should align with Obi. That's the right thing to do and kick away both APC and PDP. As it stands now, Tinubu will definitely win the APC presidential primaries. Atiku is the candidate for PDP. We can't afford to have these same criminals back in power. Obi is not a saint, but also is a lesser criminal. For the sake of equity and the pattern of Obi campaign, I think it can make developmental strides in Nigeria. As it stands, only the educated, rational youth can swing the pendulum in his favor. The illiterate Amajiri should definitely vote for Tinubu or Atiku. Let the campaign begin. But for the records, just for the records as well, we heard from Grapevine that some of the certificate presented by Bola Ahmed Tinubu is complicated. I don't know what you mean by complex or complicated. I guess some of them are based on the fact that one of the screening guys or guys in charge of screening is not in the best of relationship with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and based on his finding, said I think one of the certificates he got from one of these countries in diaspora was not true. I don't know how it's going to go through that. And Umar has been screened and has been attested. While the screening is going on, Okorocha Sokorocha is in detention, and rather EFCC have taken him to court. I don't know if he will be able to, would even allow him to go for a screening. 100 million is at stake here. The money for form he bought, or else he may not be screened in. That's where we're going to wrap it up. A lot of people are talking here. I'll just take one more and we'll wrap it up. So I'm saying, of course, Atiku is their Lord and Savior. No only Mumuna no that one. All this noise about Obi Pandora or nothing are just mere market noise. They will line up behind Fulani as slaves, which they ironically call those in APC. By the way, Article 75, it's older than Tinubu, but I don't see anyone asking him to go and retire home. Oh, I forgot, 70 is old, but 75 is a youth. Okay, by the way, Obi no go see 20k vote from East. Now, Article be the way. Let's find out. Let's visit that conversation. What's your take?